everybody, we're
Back
back again with another video about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yes, right? Very important financial book. And this book really inspired me to take action and buy my first house.
Wow.
Not to live in, right?
Wow.
But as an investment.
Wow.
Okay?
Wonderful. And this is the #1 personal finance book.
Of all time.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so Chris is going to give us his insights out of reading this book and what are the biggest lessons he learned, okay?
Yes,
All
let's
right.
get right into it.
All right.
Okay, first lesson. Oh, let's go down a little bit about Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Sure.
There's two dads, and they really see money and wealth in two different ways.
Wow.
They have two different mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
Their poor dad will think, I can't afford that. I don't have enough money for some reason. I can't buy that house, car, whatever.
Right.
But the rich dad will see the same item and he'll think, how can I afford that?
Mm-hmm.
And that really opens it up so you can really do anything. The possibilities are endless. You can use your mind to think, how can you make enough money to buy that thing now?
I know the book is talking about two dads and his friend's dad, but really how many times does that happen in our real life, right? Situations, we see something, I can't afford that, there's homes or even things that we really want and we're not willing to pay for it, right? But then there's like a concert or some game and then we're like, oh, I went there and we spend on these things that don't really matter, but it's all your mindset and what the rich dad would say and what the poor dad would say.
We learn our finances from our parents.
Mm-hmm.
We see how they did it when we grew up, and we follow the same path. We go to school, go to college, get a job, and we work to make that money,
right.
Which is the first lesson. The rich don't work to make money. So what that really means is that they don't have to constantly work more and more and more to be making more money. That's an endless cycle.
And that's how I feel like we relate to money. It's like working more hours means more money.
Yes.
Right? Most of our working hours are time.
There's a limited amount of time in every day, right? There's only so much that you can work, right? And then eventually you'll be burnt out. You'll be tired mentally and physically, right? And the rich don't work for money means that they have money set aside that is working for them, that is constantly making more and more money. Something you might know as passive or income or residual income. And it's something that you don't have to put in more work to do, which is really like refreshing.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so can you tell us more? Making money work for you. It sounds like a very simple and straightforward thing, but can you just take it one step further? What does that look like in the real world?
A few different ways that you could do it is, he mentions in the book, is stocks. You could put money into a business that you think is worthwhile, that's going to do something in the future. And then you get a return on that. They give you money for just supporting them. Right. There's a savings account, but it's very minimal in how much growth there is and potential. There's a business, running a business. That's one of the ways to make money. And really investing in real estate, which is what I did. And you put money into a home and then you have someone rent it out for you and then you get money that way. He talks about this in the book, but you have to use your head, use your brain, think outside the box. How can you make money? There's not one way to make more money, right? That's the key point.
And the rich dad will always find a way to make more money. Why? Because it's a mindset. There's always an opportunity to do more, make more, and let the money work. Chris, what was the biggest lesson you learned from this book?
There are many different ways to make money. And even though this inspired me, if I did nothing about it, that would leave me in the same place. So you need to take action Everything takes some level of risk.
Not doing anything about your personal finances is a risk.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Because of a depreciation, inflation.
Right.
The value of the dollar is decreasing as time goes on.
Having your money sit in a savings account, it's not really creating any value for you. If your money is not working, it's just sitting there. Like you mentioned, with the terms of the economy, inflation, that can be a real loss potentially in the future, correct? Okay.
Yeah. And so the main point is, even though it's risky, you must take action. You must do something. Do anything. Learn, fail, repeat the process. We're here on this earth for only a limited amount of time, and you must use it wisely. The time is now.
A lot of people, including myself, needed to hear that. Out of the top of your head, favorite quote from this book? It doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to see what is it.
Right. He defined wealth as how long you could go on living your normal life without working.
Wow.
If you could just consider that, think about that for a moment. How long could you actually survive doing the same things you are now?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. What are some lessons that the rich teach their kids about money that the poor do not?
So another distinction he makes is about assets and liabilities.
Okay.
Right?
Talk to us about that.
An asset is something that is bringing money into your portfolio, right? Bringing money into you. Whereas a liability is something that's continuously taking money out. And so he says a common mistake that people make is that they see their house as an asset, something that's bringing in money.
That's what we're told all along.
Yes.
It's like houses are assets.
Yes, the house is your biggest, most important asset, right? I think that's what some girl at the bank told me one day. And it's like, you haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, have you?
What did she say about the home being an asset?
No, she said, because I was buying my first home, and she was like, wow, yes, the house is one of the most important assets to have.
Oh, I see.
It's about finding something that's making money for you. Car, house, mortgage payments, car payments are liabilities. They're constantly taking money out, and also they may depreciate in value, right?
Right. Chris, and can you remind us why we cannot rely on the school systems to teach our kids about finances and money?
Well, first off, the school system isn't really teaching you anything. I don't believe I really learned anything about making money, how to manage it in school, in a classroom setting, right? I had to learn all of this stuff on my own. What is an IRA account? What are stocks? What is a portfolio? How to manage my money?
Why? This is just offline, not really related to the book, but why do you think schools are not teaching kids about finances?
Well, he kind of mentions it in the book that they don't know themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't know themselves what?
How to manage money.
Oh, wow. It's something very critical, and we go into our adult lives not having a clue on how to manage finances, dealing with jobs, sometimes jobs that we don't like, accumulating debt through credit cards, not saving up for retirement, really learning things that really are going to make a difference. It's a scary world, honestly. People sometimes don't know enough, and it's like, oh, it's too complex, too risky, right?
Yeah. Credit cards. No one taught us about that. What is a credit score? What is a credit card? Why do you need it?
And
a credit card is essential to getting a loan, it really proves that you are loyal, you are trustworthy, and going to pay on your word. And if you don't have a history of that, how can someone loan you money, right?
Guys, and if you are 18, around that age, and you're watching this video, thank you so much. We're actually talking also to you guys, because when you turn 18, one of the first things many do is you qualify for a credit card. They tell you you're approved, typically $300, something low, because you don't have any credit history, and then you have an interest rate Okay, and I'm not sure if you're 18 years old, you understand the implication of the APR, the annual percent rate of these credit cards, or monthly, right? Some of them, it could be 6, 10%, 15, 17%, who knows? If you have a child that's 18 years old, or if you're 18, we want to hear your feedback, right? Because it's like that's when it starts. You start young, you accumulate debt you don't understand, then you default on your payments. That means you stop paying, or you pay every month but you pay only the minimum, and then guess what? The bank is accumulating interest rate,
And you're actually paying more.
right? You pay more,
overall.
and typically it happens in the mall, right? When they have
It's very easy
it's
to
very
happen.
easy, very
Just-
easy.
You forget about it, and you're just paying more and more money. And you just no one has really taught us about that.
It seems that we're talking about different topics, but really the common core here is
Financial literacy.
that's exactly it. Financial literacy.
Knowing how and what things in the finance world actually mean. Credit card, loan, taxes, stocks, investing. That's what this book really taught me. To open my mind, to learn more about what the school system didn't really teach us.
We just wanted to create this video also just to kind of put it in your awareness, plant the seed, to have you guys just even question.
And think about it.
Right.
Think about your future. What are you going to do? How are your finances going to be in 5 years if you continue at the path you're going?
The almost predictable future, right? So there's opportunity to make wealth or end up in debt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christopher, for
All right.
these great insights.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. It's great to be here, talk with you. And like and subscribe. There's much more videos to come.
And then we want to have a few more classes or talks about financial literacy and what are go in depth into some of them, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time. Thanks for watching.
All right, take care.
Peace out.
All right, bye-bye.